TI is almost upon us, so I did the in-depth research and the digging into the statistics so you didn't have to talk about the predictions and the most probable things to happen with heroes, teams, players, and the overall tournament. Now, these are predictions, anything can happen, but what I'm going to do for each of these, I'm going to talk about the statistically most probable thing to happen and also give you a couple backup options if you want to pick something else. With regards to most picked hero, Tiny is going to be probably the most picked hero. A second option is Weaver. Most banned hero, Weaver's probably going to be the most banned. Tiny might be banned very often, and a kind of like Dark Knight in it all is Tinker. You might see Tinker being banned quite often. Hero with the highest win rate, there's a few options here. Bane has a 50% win rate at high MMR and in professional scene. You also have Lycan at 57%, so there are good options. And Naga Siren is seeing a ton of play in the pro scene and is sitting at a 55% win rate, so those are a couple options there. Hero with the highest average, so the highest kill average, we're going with Storm Spirit here. Storm Spirit has an 11 kill average per game, and then you're also going to see Weaver as a carry having a 10.5 average per game, so there's a couple options for you. The hero with the highest assist average in the current pro meta is Disruptor. Disruptor averages almost 20 assists per game in the pro meta, with Undying coming in second with 18 assists. With regards to the hero with the lowest death average, Naga Siren averages 5 deaths per game. Another option there is Medusa, who averages a little over 5 in the pro meta, so keep an eye out for that. The problem with Medusa, though, is that she tends to get punished a little more than Naga in the pro scene anyways. Hero with the highest last hit average is also Naga Siren, who averages around 420 last hits in the pro scene, with Medusa averaging just over 400 and Terrorblade 390. So there are 3 options for you there. The hero with the highest XP is often kind of a mid, and what you're going to talk about here is you're going to talk about TA. TA tends to have an average of about 770 XP per minute. However, Anti-Mage tends to have a little bit of an edge. However, Anti-Mage is not so hot in the pro meta right now, so I'm going with TA. Storm Spirit is an also good choice as well. Sven, the hero with the most kills in the game. Sven tends to have the most kills. Ursa is another one who averages 12 kills per game. Morphling and Storm Spirit are another good options that can average anywhere from 10 to 11 average kills per game. And with regards to the most last hits in the game, Terrorblade and Naga Siren are your 2 best bets to knock this out of the park. Let's talk about the teams. With regards to teams, who's going to win? Now, first of all, this is my list here. I think EG is going to win. Listen, at the end of the day, it's anybody's game, and that's your personal call. PSG has a great chance to win as well. VP is a favorite as well. At the end of the day, that's a personal choice. Hopefully we get that dub for the team you're cheering for, right? But with regards to the others, there's some key statistics that we need to be aware of here. Undying is the team that's most likely to have the most kills in the game and the highest kill average. Undying has a massive disparity with kills. Undying averages 29 kills per game, where second place is Quincy Crew and OG with 26. With regards to the most, again, average kills and highest kills, Undying is way ahead. With regards to the fewest deaths per game, VP is averaging 16 deaths per game, with Quincy Crew, Spirit, and Team Spirit, and Secret averaging 19. So they're about the same, but VP most certainly has a statistical advantage as to having the least amount of deaths per game. Sorry, I'm talking really fast here. OG is the team that's most likely to have the most assists per game, as they average about 15, and no one else is really in the ballpark. They kind of have a nice big gap there, so they're the one I'm statistically going with. Who's the team that's going to win the longest game? I'm going with Secret. Fnatic tends to actually have longer games than Secret, but Fnatic wins less often than Secret does. So if you balance the two out, Team Secret tends to play long games, and I think that they're going to be the ones to close it out. Quincy Crew has a track record for winning very short games, and so does Alliance actually, but Quincy Crew has an amazing win percentage right now, and I think they're going to knock out the shortest game of the tournament. The team with the longest game length average is Fnatic. Statistically, they tend to have the longest games by about 40 minutes. Secret tends to have 38-minute games, so they're roughly the same, and that's why I went with Secret for the prior, because I think that they're more likely to win, but Fnatic, on average, does have the longest games. And the team that picks the most different heroes, PSG LGD, they tend to pick a wide variety of heroes as shown through their kind of games leading up to the main event. And overall, I'm looking for them to have the greatest variety of heroes to mix it up as well. Another good option is OG. OG always throws something new at you, and that's another good call as well. With regards to the team that picks the least, Vici Gaming appears to have the lowest kind of smallest hero pool of most of the teams there. Predator is also another good choice. Let's talk about the players. Now, apparently Sumail's doesn't work, but the player with the highest average kills is going to be Bryle. I'm going to say Gunna because his average is so much higher. It's 9.5 kills per game is the average, whereas Leo Style and Sumail average about 8.5. But the player with the most kills in the game, Sumail's going to go off. This was a close call between Sumail and Abed. It's always going to be a mid, and, there's a good chance that I think it's going to be Sumail. Sumail's going to have an absolutely monstrous game where he goes on an absolute rampage, literally. The player with the lowest deaths, Nightfall statistically dies by far the least. Nightfall averages just over 2 deaths per game, followed closely by Arteezy and Nico Baby at about 2.5. So Nightfall statistically is way ahead of everyone else with regards to the number of deaths per game. Assists per game, Dubu dominates. Dubu's averaging about 15.5 assists per game, and I think that he's gonna do fantastic. And another option is No-Tail, who averages just under 15 per game. So No-Tail is another good option for these two selections right here. Player with the highest last hit average, last hits per game, is going to be Arteezy. These two kind of go in hand. Arteezy has absolutely fantastic stats. There's going to be games where he's playing Naga, he plays TB, he plays a lot of the illusion heroes, which are kind of hot in the meta right now, and that they're going to go far in this tournament. There's a good chance Arteezy is just going to farm, and I think that he's going to be very successful in that role. With that being said, the player with the most GPM in a given game, I think, will be Abed. Abed's going to be one of those players that will have a game just like Sumail where they absolutely pop off, and that's going to create a situation where he's going to have incredible GPM. I think Abed's definitely capable of doing that, but I do believe that Arteezy will have the greatest GPM average overall. And the player who plays the most different heroes, I'm expecting No-Tail. And the reason for this is because we know OG is going to have some magic up their sleeves. They barely got into TI as it was, but I'm glad they're there because they always have something to show. They always have a plan, and they're going to basically take out all the stops, and they're going to do everything they can to win their 3rd trophy. Now, tournament-wise, this here is a total crapshoot. This is the best that I can come up with based on the research that I can come up with, but again, this here is all your call. But at the end of the day, guys, I really appreciate you guys listening. I'm going to be posting a ton of videos about TI, so take a look at them, and I'm going to be posting them up right here so you guys can click them. We'll see you in the next one.